Hey folks, so we are in the last part of the semester, the 12-week course. So this is week 11. Next week is the last week, week 12. You have your draft this week, your rough draft this week. Hopefully not rough draft, and then your final draft is next week. We're going to go through the assignment here in just a second, go through what's going on for the week. I'm going to talk a little bit about the annotated works cited pages and what kinds of sources you should be thinking about having into your paper and what's required of you. We'll go through the assignment as well to make sure you understand. And hopefully you've watched this and you get it. And if you haven't watched this, then you're not listening to me. But that's okay. However, the annotated works cited pages. So I've read through several of those now. Some of you are getting exactly what's going on. Some of you looked at the models that I gave you from Purdue OWL. And some of you have read the assignment and done exactly what you need to do. It should be a framework of academic sources that you can utilize for your paper. Now, again, with the paper itself, and as the instructions and the assignment mention, you may not use all 5 of those sources. You may only use a couple of those and the works that you're utilizing. And that's fine. But this gives you the opportunity to have those tools at your disposal, so you have read something that might help you to explain your theme or your concept here, and maybe connect it to something outside of literature itself, which would be kind of cool too. So those are going fine. I finished with all of the papers, the short analysis essays. The second ones were on the poetry. I finished all of those. So those grades are in. I have sent several messages out to people. Some of you have gotten back with me. Some of you have not. I'm available. So all you have to do is send me an email and I'll be happy to communicate with you. If you're struggling getting the work in on time now, I know it's a condensed course and I know that life gets in the way. Please just communicate with me and we can work something out to help you. I know that, again, that life is busy. I am well aware of that phenomena. So that being said, let's talk about the draft and the final product. So we are in module 14. This is week 11, and this is what's expected of you. So this week, the draft version of your theme argumentative essay, research paper, while you'll not be submitting a draft for my review, that's kind of true. So again, Eastern Florida, they have this model of this course that I've been utilizing and adapting as I'm going. And to be honest, I moved the assignment or the due date to Thursday. And what I'd really like to do, those of you who are submitting these, I would love to be able to get comments onto those. If you would rather have a conference, I am more than happy to do like an email, a Microsoft Meets, any kind of conference that would help you with the writing. If you want to send me information or like specifics on the essay, like, hey, what about this? Is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? You want to send me paragraphs? I'm happy to look at things for you. My goal, and hopefully our goal as educators, is to have you be better writers. That being said, Thursday I will begin, and if you submit it earlier than that, I will begin reading those and sending comments. It will not be major specific commentary, but I'll absolutely give you some guidelines as to how your paper looks and how you might look to improve it for the final draft. That being said, the more polished that your draft is that you submit, the better the feedback is. So if you are initially writing something and you throw it out there as your original draft, that's going to get feedback, but it's going to be feedback to get it to where maybe it's another revision or two away from the original draft. And Lamont talks about terrible first drafts. And most areas that draft, including myself, when I'm putting something together, any initial and typically second and third version of an essay is, or an article or whatever I'm writing, is not so great. So it takes me a few versions of something to get to where it's something I feel that's usable. hopefully, if you send something for your draft this week, you're doing something that is fairly polished in your mind. So you've done the annotated works cited, you have engaged with your topic, you have your theme, you have your thesis, put something together that really reflects something you're proud of. And that way I can give you feedback, and that will help move you forward to a solid final version. All right, so let's go through this and let's look at next. So here is the assignment, the argumentative draft and review. We'll go to the assignment here in just a second. You know what that is, hopefully. Complete the first draft of your theme, argumentative research essay. This says first draft. Again, as I revise this for my next semester teaching fully online, this is my first time doing the fully online course, I will be talking about that quite a bit more going into this portion. And it could be your first draft, but I really think a second, third, fourth draft is really a better place to be. Write your thesis by creating a single sentence that includes a topic and claims for your essay. Draft the introduction, body, conclusion paragraphs so you understand what a draft is. Post it in the discussion board here, and then do a peer review, one peer draft. Please give that feedback that is valid and answer all of the topics. And again, I'm fine with you doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and answering these things, but be specific, be thoughtful, and look to be a coach for your person. So what should this paper be? Now I've talked about it in previous videos. I've gone over the assignment. Let's look at it again though. All right. So you're going to choose a theme you wish to discuss. Most of you have done this. You've submitted your themes. You submitted your thesis statements. So you're on the track there. Find at least 5 academic sources. Then you're going to write about those. We put those in our annotated works cited pages. Use the sources. We've already talked about this. You make your claim and you create your essay. So now we should be at the point where you're creating your essay. Compose an essay that clearly explains your argument and your stance. Thesis, absolutely, we've talked about that. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. There is no word or page minimum. Again, this is going to be something I'm going to adjust on my subsequent courses in the fall. I cannot see a person doing this paper effectively taking on a theme in their works that is under 4 pages. Look at it's a 150 point project. So I made commentary on many papers, and those 2-page papers in the short analysis essays about being too short, a page and a half, 2 pages. That's just not enough to really make your claim and back it up. So 4 pages, I would say, would be a minimum. 4 to 6 pages would be something I could see this being done in, up to 8 to 10 pages. But I get that sounds like a lot, but I don't have that word limit. I don't have that page limit on here, and that's per the Eastern Florida core class here. But that will be adjusted in my subsequent classes. But for you in this course to do this well and to do good writing, I just can't see you doing this under 4 pages. The essay must at least must use at least 4 previously published sources. So you need 4 of these previously published sources. Not using the minimum number of sources will result in the failing grade for the assignment. So what are these previously published sources? Well, this is ambiguous in this. So as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about the assignment, I view this as 4 previously published sources. Are the sources you're using previously published? Yes. But I think we really want some sort of outside. This is a research project. So providing research, I would say 3 of those these 4 minimum should be from outside sources to where you have done research on this theme and are making connections to the world, to other literature, to an era, to something greater than just the work itself. This should not be something to where you're only using the source or your work as a source. That being said, not using the minimum number will be a failing grade. So please understand that. If you just use the work, you will fail this assignment. Please don't do that. And if you struggle or you don't understand something about that, please send me an email. I've gotten several emails from y'all, from some of you, and I've tried to respond to those to help you to understand what you need to be doing. Format with MLA formatting for sure, and then submit the assignment. This has a due date of May 3rd. I will be getting those and reading them. Seeing as this is a final assignment, there will not be a lot of commentary, but I'll be reading them and going through to make sure that I have my grades published and pushed out in a timely manner that is okay with Eastern Florida. And I want for you guys to get quick feedback as well. That being said, side note, the annotated works cited pages, I have a few more of those I'm going to get to today. I should wrap those up tomorrow. Today is Monday, the 22nd. 22nd? Yes. So by the 23rd, I should have all of those done. That being said, that should be it for the assignment. Any questions, please send them to me as notes. I am happy to address questions that you have or issues that you have, comments that you have. My final two things I'm going to say here are, one, please don't put me or you in a situation to where I'm finding that this was generated through not you. Utilizing tools to help clean up some grammatical error issues, I get it. I use spell check as well. But absolutely, this should not be something to where it's popping up majorly AI utilized. And as unlike the other assignments where it's just your engagement with the texts and the resources that were in the modules leading up to the essays, this one absolutely is requiring you to use research. So you absolutely should be utilizing these sources. And a works cited page, so at the end when you put a works cited page, all of the sources that are on the works cited page should be cited in your paper. So it's not a works read page, it's a works cited page. So as you are utilizing tools in your paper to make your argument, you would cite them in the paper. Could be paraphrase, could be direct quote. And the more connective tissue you have, the better. That being said, I hope that you enjoy writing it. And again, all you gotta do is send me a message on the inbox, and I'm happy to respond to your questions. I have loosened up my week this week in the evening times to make sure that I can give you guys feedback. And if you need that, happy to do it. And if you need to communicate with me about something you're trying to get handed in, or you don't understand something that I've said or done, I'm happy to clarify that too. All right. Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a great time writing the essay. I'm looking forward to reading them. The themes and the topics that you've chosen, I'm really kind of stoked to read these papers. Again, I'm here to help. Have a great week, and I will be checking in again via video coming up at the end of this week, beginning of next. All right. See ya.